Thank you for joining us today. I am Natalie Littlefield, the Vice President of Strategy at the Borderplex Alliance, and I oversee the Borderplex Supplier Association. And today I am excited to introduce to you Luis Godoy Rueda, who is the General Director at the Global Economic Intelligence Unit at the Ministry of Economy for Mexico. Luis today is going to be providing us with a workshop on a new platform called ComerciaMx, which is a social networking platform dedicated to promoting international trade and investment. So this is an exciting tool. We're very happy to have him with us and to take us through the platform and show us how it works today. So Luis, I will pass this over to you now.
Great. Thank you, Natalie, and thank you to the Borderplex Alliance for this invitation. So the idea today is I'm going to present you ComerciaMx, which is a new digital platform that we launched a couple of months ago in Mexico. This initiative is, of course, provided by the Mexican government, but also with, in collaboration with the Interdevelopment Bank and Connect Americas. A couple of months ago, we decided to develop this platform, ComerciaMx, which is part of the network of Connect Americas. Probably you have heard of this because Connect Americas is already one of the biggest ecosystems, digital platforms that are connecting, today thousands of companies around the world, but especially in the Americas. So let me start by presenting, by showing you my screen. I have a presentation. As I was saying, ComerciaMx is the new global and digital social network for basically SMEs in Mexico. But before I explain you the functionalities and the core of the platform, let me give you a couple of data and information to give more context of why we launched ComerciaMx. As you know, in many countries around the world, but especially in Mexico, SMEs have a low participation in foreign trade. This is a reality in Mexico, and we want SMEs to take advantage of global value chains, to take advantage of our trade agreements by specializing in specific segments of production, but also receiving information, know-how, and technology spillovers with this digitalization process that we're living in. This first point that I made about the SMEs, that they have low participation in foreign trade, it is important because only 2% of exports come from medium small enterprises in Mexico. If you contrast this data with information, for instance, in similar countries around the world, as Turkey or Italy, SMEs have a higher participation. And of course, this is really important because 98% of the exports are from the largest transnational companies. So we want more small and medium enterprises to participate in global value chains. So the second point that I want to make before I move on to the functionalities of ComerciaMx is that there's a lack of information in all sectors and in all global value chains. There is a famous and important survey in Mexico provided by our National Statistics Office, INEGI. They asked small and medium enterprises in Mexico in 2018 why they don't export. And it is interesting that the first answer and the first reason they do not export is because they don't have enough information, and not only enough, but adequate information. 35% of small and medium enterprises do not export because of this. And this is interesting because if you compare this with other countries or with other moments, you'll see that normally something related with credit or capitalization process, or maybe something more complex, is the reason behind not exporting. But we believe at the Ministry of Economy that information is something that we can actually provide, is something that we can aspire to deliver in the following years to small and medium enterprises. And now that we're talking about information, I'm going to the third point, that basically SMEs, they do not have access to consulting firms to answer questions of market opportunities around the world. And this is due to the higher cost of this type of services. And we believe that small and medium enterprises can have access to this type of services through digital platforms. And in this type of digital platforms, you'll see that small and medium enterprises are looking for very different type of information, from procedures, certifications, economic intelligence, sometimes geographical, more economic information. But at the end, what small and medium enterprises are looking for is for information, and we want to deliver this information through digital platforms. And that brings me to the fourth and final point to make before moving on to the presentation of the platform. And this is something that it sounds obvious, but it is not. The digital economy is right now offering amazing opportunities for small and medium enterprises. And specifically, we have identified, and probably you know this, but this digitalization process is also very helpful in the export process. This is, we are trying to deliver and we're trying to develop and create more digital platforms to reduce trade costs and increase the participation of small and medium enterprises in global value chains. This is a huge opportunity because, as you have seen during COVID-19, many enterprises around the world, and of course in Mexico, are deciding to go to the digital economy. And we want this, of course, to happen in our territory in Mexico. We want that to happen all around the world, but we want specifically that this digitalization helps in the process of exportation, in the process of inserting SMEs in the global value chains. Now, let me tell you the basic functionalities of ComerciaMx. ComerciaMx, as I said at the beginning, it is a social network, and as a social network, it offers the basic and the most important functionality behind a social network, which is connection. ComerciaMx is, of course, a digital and a global social network focused, in this case, for small and medium enterprises. The first functionality that you're going to find in ComerciaMx is a business directory. You're going to find a network of international companies, first of all, but you're going to find there lots and different types of contacts: customers, suppliers, partners, investors, even human resources. We have seen that ComerciaMx offers. And this is important because right now we have more than 400,000 companies from around the world that are already part of the network of ComerciaMx. So that's why you're going to see a very active network with different types of products, services, and so on. So I invite you, I'm going to show you at the end of the presentation where to find this different type of companies. The second important functionality of ComerciaMx is the business opportunities, and this is probably the most important thing that you're going to find in ComerciaMx. And this is the direct connection to potential customers around the world. You're going to find, and I'm going to show you again in a little bit, a specific post from specific companies. And I'm going to put you an example. We have, for instance, companies from Colombia looking for a Mexican company of, let's say, glass, or a manufacturer, or an agro product. You're going to find very specific opportunities with 2 clicks, 2-3 clicks, you're going to be able to postulate and to literally compete for that announcement, that post. So that second functionality, business opportunities, is probably probably the core behind ComerciaMx. The third thing, and this is very important, is, of course, we know, and the process of exportation, it is long, it is complex. So we're trying to give to these companies, of course, the connection, yes, as I was telling with these business opportunities, but we want to also give them support services, and there you're going to find a big chunk of information, training on export procedures, on specific services, on the process of exportation, workshops about specific regulations in a specific country, and so on. There's a lot of information from financial services to specific logistics services to export your product. So you're going to find all of this in ComerciaMx as a support of your process of connecting with other companies. Finally, we have business communities. And this is very important because you can basically connect with enterprises, companies that are similar to you, that have the same problems, similar problems that you have. And these business communities are both sectoral or regional. So you're going to find, for instance, a business community about the textile industry in Mexico. You're going to find also one of the most active communities in ComerciaMx is the women, Mujer Exporte MX, which is a community for women's Mexican women that are exporting. So that you're going to find a lot of information there. And this is important because this is one of the invitations that I'm going to make you at the end of this workshop. So we want to unlock the potential of SMEs across the export process and their integration into global value chain. The objective, of course, is that more companies export to different markets. But one of the things that you need to do before anything is to register. So, of course, I invite all of the companies that are watching this to register. And this is important. When you register, try to include the most and the quality of the information here is important. Try to include data, contact data, try to include photographs, social networks, everything you can. The profile, it is important. But also, it is important for us to verify your company. So we're going to take some time to verify. It doesn't take a couple of days, probably 1 week, but it is a fast process. This is important for us because we want ComerciaMx to be a safe digital platform, and that if you find a company, you are sure that it's a company that exists, that is going to provide you the product that they are producing. The second thing you're going to find in this road to the exportation is trainings and information. You're going to find companies here free access to workshop, courses, and webinars, and this is highly important, as I was saying before. Next, you're going to find a connection to global value chains and to companies around the world. And of course, I'm going to show you in a little bit the way to connect directly with some companies around the world. But we at the Ministry of Economy, we are also organizing business conferences, and these business conferences needs to be connected after the business conference. And ComerciaMx is the official platform for business conferences. So that's why you're going to find specific business communities of some business conference that we are doing in Mexico and in LATAM, such as Mujer Exporte MX, Food Veneers, and so on. You're going to find those communities where you can interact with the companies that already participated in those business conferences. Finally, we are aware of the importance of the financing programs around the exportation, and we're going to be publishing information on this. But more importantly, we are doing a partnership with NAFIN and Bancomex, which both of them are our national banks that are providing financial services to this type of businesses. So stay connected because we're gonna publish and we're gonna hopefully give some special programs to the network of ComerciaMx. So we're looking, and very specifically, and to all of the people and the companies that are out there watching this, we are inviting you, of course, to register at ComerciaMx. But if you want to intensify the relationship with ComerciaMx, of course that you can. And we want to create more business communities. If you're in a specific business community in the border of a specific manufacturer or from a specific state, we can create the conditions, and we can create together these business communities on ComerciaMx, and of course we will help you. Second, we are inviting you to also create some content. You can do both, like articles. You can deliver directly information to the companies that participate in ComerciaMx. But this is important because, as I always say, the exportation process, it is an innovation process that works through the accumulation of knowledge. And the content here is really important if you have already experience on the logistics or in the fiscal or in the financial side of a specific destination for a specific product. Contact us and we will publish information on this. Finally, if you want to really unlock the full collaboration with ComerciaMx and with the Ministry of Economy, we have weekly trainings, and we, of course, as this specific workshop that we're having today, we can plan ahead to have other workshops, but with the community of ComerciaMx. Here's a case. This is a successful story of Connect Americas, which is our partner in this. And her name, this is a Mexican businesswoman. Her name is Tania Munoz. She is the CEO of La Chunga, which they are the producers of salsas and mole, a very typical Mexican product. And she managed to connect literally with Grupo Brit, which is one of the biggest groups in Central and Latin America, distributing products on specific stores in airports. So right now, Tania is, of course, exporting all over the world, but she, as she told me, the first important clicks she made were to this type of platform. So if you want to replicate Tania's case, well, stay connected and stay and register in ComerciaMx. If you have any questions of any type, any retro, please write to our email. Our email, as you can see on the screen, is comerciamx@economia.gov.mx. Of course, this is a platform managed by the Global Economic Intelligence Unit. And right now, let me go to the platform directly, so you can see some of the functionalities I was mentioning. Well, you can find the platform on the Ministry of Economy side, but also you can go directly to comerciamx.economia.gov.mx. As I was telling you, this is, of course, an official website. And this is a landing page where you will find, of course, free and accessible information, business opportunities. Here is Tania, that I already show you her case. And directly you can go, I'm already connected, I'm already registered, this is my name. And as you can see here, you can upload a new company. And it is really easy. You need only a couple of documents and that will be it. And you can find more information, such as links to other platforms and so on. Of course, the platform is in English, so you don't have to worry about this if you are a company that you want to, of course, understand all of these announcements and so on. So first, let's see the companies that are posting opportunities. This is my dashboard, and let's see some of these opportunities. Let's see this one. This is a company in the Dominican Republic. Here you can go to the profile of this company, and this is a company that is looking for mangoes, Mexican mangoes that are in specific conditions. And as you can see, you can directly here click postulate, and you'll go to the process of postulating to this announcement. And as this, you can find several opportunities over here. Directly you go to opportunities, and then you'll find the country of origin and the dates, and you go directly and you click and you postulate. This is probably, as I was saying at the beginning, the core of ComerciaMx. You can find directly business opportunities. You can also find information about public sector licitations. And also here you have the business directory that I was talking to you about at the beginning of the conversation. You'll find here the whole network of business, both in Mexico, but of course in other countries. And as you can see, in Mexico, you can have from businesses, from habaneros, this is an agro product, but you can also find here some fintech enterprises, some logistic companies, and so on. One of the important things behind ComerciaMx is that you can post, even if you are a company that is produce a product, or also for services, it is available. If you go back to the dashboard, you will also find the services that I was talking about. You can find here information about the process of exportation and so on. And here you can find the communities. Let's go to one community. For instance, we have this community that is it's a new community here in Mexico. It is a community of social enterprises. And as you can see, we have a post. You have different persons and companies participating. And let's go to another one. We have this community that is a community about global healthcare. This is an old one. There are 330 members, and you can see here there are you have articles, announcement of sale, and so on. You can find here a specific information for the sector of global healthcare companies that are exporting around the Americas. So it is, of course, we believe information that is going to be useful for you. And finally, you'll have here the events that we're going to have, the business conferences, and so on, the financial services information, and the webinars and trainings that I was talking to you about. You can, if you go to one if you go to this one, you can see directly training that we did on an alternative service that we have here in Mexico about financing your process of exportation. And well, this is basically some of the basic functionalities. If of course you want to learn more about ComerciaMx and the information that we're going to be posting, please stay in touch. I already gave you my email. But I think this is it. So finally, just to close up, I invite you all to register ComerciaMx, but most importantly, I invite you to participate in this global value chain, to explore the possibilities of exporting a product. We are living in a very interesting moment for both the digital economy and international commerce. So I invite you all to explore and to try to export your product. Thank you very much.
Luis, thank you so much for your presentation. This is an incredible platform that, as you said, one of the best things about it is that it identifies business opportunities, and that is just such an invaluable service to anyone. And I wanted to ask you a clarifying question, Luis. Is this platform limited only to Mexican SMEs, or can anyone, in other countries participate on the platform?
Anyone can participate in the platform, but of course my responsibility and my interest is on Mexican companies. But if you are a company in the US, if you're a company in any other country in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia, of course you can register and you'll find interesting information, specifically if you want to find a provider in the Americas. As you know, and as I was saying, ComerciaMx is part of Connect Americas, and in Connect Americas there's already a very interesting network of companies participating. So yes, you can do that.
It was very progressive and forward-thinking of the Mexican government to create this platform, particularly for Mexican SMEs, because, as you said, too few companies actually participate in exporting, and it's a massive opportunity to use a digital platform for this purpose. But I will emphasize that to anyone who's watching this who's not a Mexican SME, this platform is also for you, because it's sort of a win-win. People in other parts of the world may want to get on there, purchase goods and services from Mexican companies, or sell needed supplies to Mexican companies. So it really is a win-win. If you have a company in the United States and you want to participate in the platform, you can take advantage of the benefits of identifying those business opportunities as well. This is, like I said, Luis, thank you to you and your colleagues for putting this amazing platform together for the good of Mexican SMEs and others. It's certainly going to facilitate trade and do great things for the economy. So thank you again for joining us. And as Luis mentioned to you earlier, you can go to the website. We've provided the website in the chat box. And I also want to mention that if you're interested in more workshops like this and you'd like to join the listserv for the Borderplex Supplier Association, Christian Diaz, and we will provide his email address in the. You can contact Christian. He'll put your name and contact info, and you'll be. We'll notify you every time we have an event like this. So again, Luis, thank you for being with us, and we hope you to our audience. We hope you enjoyed this workshop and found it informative. And please take advantage of this platform. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care.